Hello everyone, my name is Slappy Burger. Welcome back to another Seed Spotlight video. Now today we have a very special seed that we're doing today, okay? Very special, nostalgic for some, maybe not for others, but we are doing the Yogscast Shadow of Israphel seed. Now, this seed actually takes a bit of effort to get to work, and we might notice some differences here and there um, to their original seed. What I had to do was I had to boot up the world in beta 1.3, put in the seed, name the world World 1 with no space in between it, and then I had to revert back to version alpha 1.2.3 underscore 04. And yeah, that's how we got the seed here. So as for always, I will put the seed in the description as well as in the video for this. But wow, for some, this might be a super nostalgic seed, and for others, maybe not so much. Now, it won't necessarily spawn you exactly where the Yogscast spawned in, where Simon and Lewis spawned in, I should say. But it definitely, with a little bit of exploring, you can definitely find it. Now, that lava waterfall right there is pretty sure a difference. There isn't any lava waterfall there in the original series, but if I remember correctly, this tree was where they built their first house under, and then they just kind of hid inside of it for an entire episode. It was like episode 2 of their survival series. Lewis saw like a little creeper hopping around up in there, and of course this little hole here was where they would end up building their nether portal that basically never ended up working, and was also the reason the entire Shadow of Israphel series happened, obviously, because it was implied that Israphel came out of the nether portal. Yeah, this is definitely where they built the nether portal, and they had a big tunnel right through here, little hobbit hole. But let's go check out, I think probably the star of the show here, where the YogCave was built. The YogCave that would be their home for a long time, and then would end up blowing up in a fire because of well, technically it wasn't blown up by the airship that they were riding on, but it was blown up, and that caused the airship that they had gotten off Survival Island to crash. And here it is. This is the YogCave. Wow, this is crazy. It's pretty surprising. Obviously this area back here had gotten trapped at one point. They had another exit right here, but they never really went over here. And then someone stepped on a pressure plate right there. I believe it was Simon, and the whole thing blew up. And this was where they would always leave the door open. Lewis was building his great tower right here, in this little hole in the ceiling here. Israphel was up there at one point shooting arrows down into the YogCave. There was, I don't believe this extension was here all the time. I don't believe that was there. So there are some slight variations in the world here, but for the most part, it's pretty much accurate. And of course, there was also the massive tree that was built right here as well. Yes, very nostalgic seed for many. And I mean, honestly, without all the structures on, that was built for the Shadow of Israphel series, this seed is nothing too crazy for a Minecraft seed. But I mean, honestly, I don't think that really matters. It's a very nostalgic seed. It was something that a lot of people watched growing up, and maybe even still continue to watch. I know I find myself watching some old Yogscast videos, and I believe that was where they found that pig that was walking around on an island. I think that was that island right there. It was like episode 4 or 5, maybe. They were going around looking for food, and they found a pig just kind of walking around on the island up there. Yeah, this is a very nostalgic seed, at least for me. And I think that series kind of set a precedent for Minecraft. It was a way that a lot of people discovered the game. And for many, may have been the first Minecraft YouTubers they watched, and their channel just exploded from it too. It's one of those guys that was kind of alongside like I would say Stampy, you know, as you either watch Stampy or you watch the Yogscast. If you go like far enough back. And there were definitely some others, but those two were definitely the biggest ones. Now, I might be wrong, but I believe this little cave right here is where they ended up finding a monster spawner and they kept dying repeatedly. I want to see if that's true. There definitely was a monster spawner in here. I'm going to be wandering through the darkness of old Minecraft here for a second, but okay, so it was not this cave. It was not this cave. But I do believe they went into this cave. I remember these pumpkins right here. I think it was Lewis said something about them being freaky because they had the faces on them. And somewhere over in this direction was where they found the pyramid. I think it was over on that ice patch over there was where that pyramid was. Man, yeah, without all the builds, this map seems very bare bones. But I mean, really, this is a very nostalgic map. And I mean, honestly, even if it wasn't a nostalgic map, just these hills over here are very, very pretty for an old alpha seed. And technically, this is the oldest version of the game that we have played on this channel. We haven't really gone much further back than beta 1.6. And it is pretty cool to play an older version. I've thought about maybe making like a in-dev survival world. I think that might be pretty cool as a little side series as well. But yeah, there's not really much to talk about this seed. Well, actually, there's a ton to talk about this seed, actually. If you want a very fantastic old Minecraft series with very minimal editing and stuff like that, I would highly recommend the Yogscast Survival Island, and the Shadow of Israphel series, because I don't think without the Yogscast, I wouldn't be doing small videos or I wouldn't have this small channel that I'm doing today. And I don't think a lot of people would be playing Minecraft without the Yogscast. They're just one of those, a lot of young people, I remember watched them playing old Minecraft. And for a long time, their whole channel was dedicated to Minecraft. And nowadays, they've kind of stepped away from Minecraft to an extent. They are somewhat coming back to it, but they stepped away from Minecraft for a while. But they had a lot of very legendary seeds, or legendary worlds, you know, like the Jaffa Factory worlds, Moon Quest, Hole Diggers, you know, and some of the other channels also had their own thing. Like Duncan was doing something with magic. I don't remember exactly what it's called. Shin was doing his Shin's Farm, Sipsco Dirt Company. Just crazy like Yogscast like lore. It was definitely one of the first like modded SMPs out there that they were doing, that kind of their channels took the direction in. But overall, yeah, as the daylight is starting to wane and the moon is arising, I do think I am going to leave this seed spotlight here. Like I said, I'll kind of put like a brief tutorial of how to do this seed in the description as well, if you guys want to do it. I would highly recommend, if you do like, you know, explore this seed yourself, really take it in, especially if you're nostalgic about the Yogscast, you know. This isn't a seed showcase of, you know, the builds that they did. There is a download for the world that you can get that has like the last iteration of the Shadow of Israphel seed, and you kind of realize that everything's very close together. But yeah, there are seeds. There are map downloads for like the official seed with all the builds and stuff as well. Yeah, what a seed, man. And like I said, with night falling, I do think I have to wrap up this video here, but thank you all so much for watching. And if you made it this far, a double thank you. Once again, my name is Slappy Burger, and I hope you have a blessed evening.